Who's killing Indian scientist? Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to discuss who is killing Indian scientist. During and after World War II, nuclear scientists were among the world's most coveted possessions, so much so that powerful nations engaged in a tug-of-war on the European playground to claim as many as possible. When you are in one of three neighboring nuclear powers like Iran, Pakistan and India, each fighting to gain martial rivalry over the other two, becoming a nuclear scientist is an enormous and complicated responsibility. As a result, one might expect them to work in the shadows. Iran's nuclear scientists have been faced with yet another personal threat. EWIPT, a regional nuclear force, has slammed Iran for a series of cyber volleys, blame throwing, and proxy warfare. It hasn't all been a matter of hurling insults. Iran's nuclear scientists have been killed in broad daylight on a daily basis, with the majority of the killings reportedly traced to Mossad and other mysterious Israeli figures. India's scientists have often been criticized, both literally and metaphorically. Some claim the father of India's nuclear program, Dr. Homie Bhabha, a multiple Nobel laureate and founding director of the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, was the catalyst for their targeting. On January 24, 1966, he was a passenger on Air India Flight 101, which crashed into Mont Blanc, killing 117 passengers and crew members. The crash was blamed on inadequate coordination between the flight deck and air traffic controllers, according to accident investigators. Dr. Bhabha died just 13 days after Lal Bahadur Shastri, India's second Prime Minister, died in mysterious and uninvestigated circumstances. Concerned about China's nuclear tests in 1964, the Prime Minister asked Bhabha if Indian scientists could conduct an underground drill. Bhabha recently claimed that India could develop a nuclear weapon in a short period of time. Nambi Narayanan was the head of the cryogenics division at ISRO. Narayanan was arrested by Kerala police in November 1994 on suspicion of espionage under Sections 3, 4, and 5 of the Official Secrets Act. He was remanded in police custody for 50 days after his detention, during which time he was allegedly abused and tortured by Kerala police and the Indian Intelligence Bureau. The claims against him were found to be baseless after a CBI inquiry, and the Supreme Court upheld the CBI's findings in 1998. Dr. Narayanan, by the way, is one of India's leaders in liquid rocket fuel technology. His pioneering research was also used in India's moon quest. Then there was Vikram Sarabhai's mysterious death, the father of India's space program. On the 30th of December, 1971, he was discovered dead in his hotel room at the Halcyon Castle in Kovalam. When he met with scientists and had a debate the night before, he showed no signs of illness. He was, however, dead the next morning. Dr. Narayanan appears to believe that Sarabhai's death was orchestrated by foreign powers. The problems and questions posed by his death are many, he wrote in his biography. If he was assassinated, it was almost certainly the result of a foreign plot. Otherwise, how could such a gifted scientist die in such an unnatural manner? Staff discovered KK Josh and Adish Shivam, two chief engineers assigned to India's first nuclear-powered submarine, INS Arihant, lying on railway tracks in 2013. Despite being rescued from being run over by a train, they were discovered to be dead. Relatives said there were no visible signs of damage, which the police confirmed. It was speculated that they were killed elsewhere, possibly poisoned before being placed on the tracks to make their deaths appear accidental or suicide-related. Between 2009 and 2013, at least 10 employees of the Department of Atomic Energy were killed in unexplained fires or murders. All of the deaths have been linked by a common thread. The suspected murder victims were all related to nuclear energy in some way. Otherwise, both geographically and institutionally, they have been very diverse and widespread. Though Nuclear Power Corporation scientist Uma Rao and employee Ravi Mule were found dead with slit wrists at the Center for Atomic Research Kalpakkam, 24-year-old scientist Muhammad Mustafa was discovered dead with slit wrists depicting a suicide at the Center for Atomic Research Kalpakkam. Umang Singh and Partha Pratim Bag, both young researchers, were burned to death in a BARC lab that reportedly contained no flammable materials. 47-year-old senior scientific officer L. Mahalingam worked at the Kaiga Atomic Power Station, while M. Iyer was a BARC reaction group mechanical engineer. Surprisingly, the Indian Space Research Organisation lost 684 employees over a 15-year period, or 45 per year. The CIA and Pakistan's ISI, Inter-Services Intelligence, are also suspected of being involved in the mysterious murder, according to conspiracy theorists. According to their theories, it is in those two countries' best interests to undermine India's promising nuclear program, which is critical to India's military and economic autonomy. Not only would this prevent India from consolidating its role as a regional superpower, but it would also keep it reliant on the United States for its nuclear needs. Meanwhile, the Indian authorities' silence and hasty inquiries are being interpreted as signs of cover-ups. The Indian government's deliberate aversion to publicity of the deceased, who at the very least deserve laudatory obituaries for their service to the nation, is seen as a preemptive measure to safeguard its secrets, according to the conspiracy mill. Unlike Iran, which has cracked down hard on suspected Israeli double agents and middlemen, and has been outspoken in condemning Israel's attacks, India has remained deafeningly quiet. Which raises the issue of whether nuclear scientists are a disposable human resource. Fingers are pointing to the very top. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, whose keystone ideology is nationalism, is hypocritically nonchalant and unconcerned about the nation's dying scientists, whom he has regularly praised. He has often bragged about India's science, technical, and aeronautic progress during his presidency. At the very least, these unsung martyrs who devoted their lives to covert work deserve proper obituaries and recognition for their efforts. So, that's all for today's show. I will get back to you with another video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that whenever I will back with another video, you will be notified. Thanks for watching.